They oopsed. My combo is better. My combo is better. More consistent. Faster. Okay, it's definitely not faster. Definitely not faster. But it's funnier. It's definitely funnier. They're at 20. So I need to cast like a few more spells. My fair citizens of Sodium City, we have Acererak. Now this is going to be a combo-based deck revolving around Acererak the Archlich and Omniscience. So Acererak is a 3-mana 5/5, but we'll never actually use it as a creature. It's never really going to stick on the battlefield ever. We're using it for its ability. So whenever it enters the battlefield, if you haven't completed Tomb of Annihilation, which is a dungeon, return Acererak to its owner's hand and venture into the dungeon. So what we're always going to want to do is that we're going to want to venture into a dungeon that is specifically not Tomb of Annihilation. We cannot use Tomb of Annihilation or else it will break the infinite combo. Now, most of the time when we end up going into a dungeon, it's going to be Lost Mine of Pandelver, I think is what it's called. So the first time you go in, you're going to scry 1. The second time, you're either going to make a treasure token or create a 1/1 goblin creature token, depending on the situation. A lot of times I end up making a treasure just because I want to do more things with more mana, right? The next one, typically you end up either having the opponent lose a life and we gain a life, which is kind of part of the infinite combo / win condition. And then the next one is you get to draw a card. And then once you do that, you've completed the dungeon, and then you start all over from the beginning. So once you play Acererak once again, you can start from the very beginning of this. And like I said, every third time, the opponent will lose a life and you'll gain a life. Now, if you have Omniscience out, this is a 10-mana enchantment, very expensive, but if you have it on the battlefield, you may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost, which means instead of Acererak costing 3, it costs 0, which means you could just keep venturing into the dungeon. So you can just always every time you cast it, or every 4 times you cast it, whatever it is, the opponent will lose a life and you'll gain a life. Now, obviously, this is going to take forever, especially if you're going up against an angel deck or somebody who has 50 life or 75 life. It'll just take forever. So in the sideboard or the wish board, we have Tendrils of Agony, which is really the main win condition that we'll use. So Tendrils of Agony is 4 mana, but it will be free. Target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Now this is very important because it also has Storm, which means whenever you cast this spell, copy it for each spell cast before it this turn. Now, any spell, which includes creature spells, and then you may choose new targets for the copies. So just being able to copy that spell over and over and over again, and obviously since Acererak comes to the battlefield and then goes back to your hand, goes into the battlefield, comes back to your hand. You just do that as many times as it takes, and then eventually you get Fae of Wishes, because again, Acererak will allow you to scry a bunch, it'll allow you to draw cards, because again, you could just do this infinitely, or until you just find your Fae of Wishes, which allows you to get a card from your sideboard. So once you get a card from your sideboard, it's going to be Tendrils of Agony, and then if you need to, you could just cast Acererak a few more times or whatever other spells you need, and then you Tendrils of Agony for the win. Now, as for the ramp, we have a lot of it in here, and it's all going to be permanents, and I'll kind of go over why specifically. So we're running Coldsteel Heart, we are running Mind Stone, and we're running Wolfwillow Haven, and then I guess you could consider Binding of the Old Gods also a little bit of ramp, because it will fetch a forest later on. So we're specifically running permanent-based ramp. We don't really want to run anything like a Cultivate or Explore into the north or anything like that, because we want to make sure that we have permanence on the battlefield. This is really what just helps us get Omniscience onto the battlefield, because paying 10 mana to put Omniscience down is just unrealistic for the most part. So the way we're actually able to put Omniscience onto the battlefield earlier than what you would normally be able to do is we're going to cast Flood of Tears, which is a 6 mana sorcery, and this is a combo that's been around for a really, really long time. Flood of Tears, return all non-land permanents to their owner's hand. This is yours and theirs. If you return 4 or more non-token permanents you control this way, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Now, it doesn't have to be a permanent that was in play. It's just any permanent that's in your hand you can put onto the battlefield. So this is why we need permanents for ramps specifically. So we're going to use Coldsteel Heart. We could put down like 2 Coldsteel Hearts, 2 Mind Stones, or 2 Coldsteel Hearts and little things like Omen of the Sea, or Fae of Wishes. We get a card from Sideboard, but then we could just play Fae of Wishes as a creature after that. And then when we Flood of Tears, we're going to return Fae of Wishes to our hand, which allows us to get another card from the sideboard for free, which is ridiculous. And like I said earlier, we're able to make treasure tokens from venturing into dungeons with Acererak, which then allows us to play Fae of Wishes onto the battlefield again. And then we're going to draw cards from venturing, so we can end up discarding cards and returning Fae of Wishes to our hand. And just, we're always able to search our sideboard for something once we get it out. And it's just, again, it's just infinity at that point. So once we get Flood of Tears off and Omniscience onto the battlefield, it's basically impossible for somebody else to win unless they deal with Omniscience on some level. I will also say that this deck is the truth. It's a very, very good deck. It does really well for me when climbing up in Mythic. But if you want to take this deck list and play it at home, it's going to run you, including sideboard, 36 rares and 8 mythic. So it's kind of expensive, but it's not super crazy. There's a lot of cards in here that you won't really use in a lot of other decks, so it's hard for me to really recommend it unless you have expendable wild cards. But if you like the deck list, it'll be on the card at the top right-hand corner of the screen. If you want just the text-based version, will be in the description below, as well as another link to my Aether Hub site, which also has a link to just all of my deck list if you want to go there. Stay salty and enjoy the games. All right, if we run into well, I don't know. I don't want to make any knee-jerk reactions, but I feel like I don't have enough board wipes. But at the same time, I feel like we don't necessarily need that many board wipes. It's just if we're on the play against a deck that has the nuts, it's relatively difficult to win unless you have that board wipe. Do we need to like go out of our way to specifically have, yeah, like this right here? This is relatively dangerous because if they have Flynn the Gangbanger, we're kind of fucked. Now, can Fae of Wishes, but let's see what we can do here. I might be able to find some ramp out of this too. Yeah. The black source. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to do everything, but next turn. 3, 5. We're going to do that. Fae of Wishes. Go to Flood of Tears. Oh, I needed to shock that in. Although I didn't have another blue source anymore. Okay. Bullshit. 2, 3, 4. Well, even is the word. As long as they don't kill that, we're in an amazing position. We don't lose at that point. me. I should read the cards. That would be the best thing to do too. I mean, if they have... They have another thing, then I'm dead, obviously. Yeah, if they have a Flynn the Gangbanger, I'm dead because that's 2/4/6. Do they have it? Yeah, once again, I never drew a board wipe, but it was only in the top 12. Okay, they don't have it. GG. Yep, ass crack. Black. Blue. Mm-hmm. Gonna take a bit. It's gonna take a bit. Emergent Ultimatum, sure. This just gets me that, sure. Doesn't matter what they do. I'm just casting shit at this point. Literally just casting shit. Ruinous Ultimatum. Alright. 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 Does too. I forget they didn't have any mana. I was like, I don't know if they can gain life. They waited for all that. They waited through all of that. Whatever. Alright. Well, let's try to get a few more great games in here with this deck. Really do like this deck. It's super fun. I like a lot of weird abstract combo decks. Especially ones that a lot of people aren't using. Yeah, Butt Plug Island. Let's go. Now, do we put a Wolfwillow Haven? Do we make our Butt Plug Island moldy and grassy? I mean, I guess we have to. Interesting. Let's go ahead and just scry here. Flood of Tears is nice, but we're like nowhere fucking close to casting that. like nowhere close to casting that. I mean, we're close to casting that, but we're not close to needing to cast that. Aha! Yep, and then we get to keep up Omen. This is actually really nice. I really like this card. It's 3 mana. It's a mana sink. You just... Right, that's actually quite a bit ridiculous. I don't really like that. Really? Yeah. Black here. 3. Let's go ahead and do this. Throw down Ass Crack. Ass Crack. Let's put a 1/1 counter on it, so now it doesn't die. So it does come back as a 4/4 or 5/5, whatever it is. 5/5. Now I really want this to go away and no longer be in existence. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I already have 4. At this point, One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. We have a 10th land in here. Okay. So if we just naturally top deck, hate that they're not swinging with that other Archfiend. They definitely dislike that. So I can do this. Let's just fucking attack. I doubt they block. Oh, sweet. Do block. No. I was like, I doubt they block. Oh. Okay. That's fantastic. Ooh, actually, counterspell. Forget they're running blue. Okay, they don't have a counterspell. I lied. I lied to everybody. I apologize, YouTube. Did not mean to lie.
Why the fuck you lying?
They've had like no land all game. They've only played the 2 Archfiends and the 2 Kaya's Ghost Forms. Yeah. There's no like emote that I can give them to be like, it's cool. It's cool that you're thinking. Opponent seems like a really good sport. I just kind of sucks for them. It's not that, like, I kind of want to see their deck, but I feel like it's a deck that I don't want to see. I feel like they have a bunch of counterspells, and I don't like that. Alright. We're just gonna annoy them with 1 life loss every single turn, because we have a ton of land. Alright, oh, they have green. Oh. Let's see. For real though? 1, 2, 3. Alright, I need my fucking Omniscience. That's not bad. That is not bad. Suppose I could have cracked my, let's see, yeah, I could have cracked my thingamabob, but I don't really want to. Putting down more tokens means that if they do a fight spell or something, I can just sacrifice the token. Alright. Less worried about that. No blocks. Three, four, yes. Oh, no, I have 5. I have another Wolfwillow Haven. Didn't even notice it. There we go. That's exactly what we needed. That is what we needed. So, let's see if they have what it takes. That doesn't fight, does it? Okay, it gets haste. Oh. Oh. Oh, they did that in the wrong order, I think. Did they? Maybe they didn't. Okay. Yeah. And we just get tendrils. Do that. Fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, I have a bunch of spells. I'm gonna like infinite ass crack, and then we throw out that. That was, it's kind of like a shitty game. I like what they were doing with it. The Archfiend Vessels with the Blood for Bones, because you can, they had Archfiend Vessel, and then Kaya's Ghost Form on it, and then they Blood for Bones to sacrifice it, making it a creature, and then bringing back something else. Like, it had a lot of cool synergies. They just like kept missing land drops, and that was shitty. Well, yeah, it sucks. Still good. Solid. Huge. Throbbing. Florida man. Oh no. Oh no. There's no way this is gonna end well. I'm gonna have to put that one in the Discord server. There's so many good opponents' names that we've seen lately. There was one that was Them Balls. That was fun. We saw Farts recently. Oh, and one we saw today was Epstein Stunt Double. That was a good one. That was probably one of the best ones I've seen in a while. I like that one a lot. But yeah, in the Discord server, there's just a section with all opponents' names that we run into. So everyone just posts a random opponents' names. They just take screenshots of it. It's really funny. I don't like this. Hi. I mean, that's 3 permanents, but I'd like to get another. I would like to get another black source. Because right now I have 1, and I can't cast any of this shit. What is this? As long as you control a giant. Okay, they didn't control a giant. Alright, ass crack. Let's go. my best friend? Absolutely. Absolutely. 2, 3, 6. Let's go and make a treasure tome. Now I know it doesn't count for the permanent, because it specifically says Foot of Tear says non-token permanent. Oh yeah, but 4. Double set damage. Oh. Yeah. All right. So I need another permanent like immediately. Pass this twice. Once again. So that's really good. Being able to do that is fantastic. That's not great. This for giant source. Okay. So yeah, that doesn't do anything. This turn. That's only this turn. Interesting. Okay, I didn't have a plan for that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Even. Yeah, I'll just wait till next turn to do it. I think getting rid of that is perfectly acceptable this turn. I don't want them to do some like weird ass combo. Nor do I really want to take that much damage. Oh. I see. That's the weird ass combo I was worried about. Yep. They could have won this turn. Okay. It's not legendary. 18. Buck. 4. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Easy. Auto pay. Throw down Omniscience. Down that. Down that. Down that. They oopsed. My combo is better. My combo is better. More consistent. Faster. Okay, it's definitely not faster. Definitely not faster. But it's funnier. It's definitely funnier. They're at 20. So I need to cast like a few more spells. Just like a couple. Yep. Got him. The evil laugh. It wins? Wins every time. Yeah, it's... Not only is Acererak Omniscience infinite damage, it's also infinite scry, goblins. lose a life or gain a life, they lose a life. So you can get to the point where you take an extra turn with like Epiphany if you really want to, and then just start swinging them with birds and stuff like that, or somehow just get all creatures you control have haste thing, make a bunch of goblins, give them +1/+1 tokens. There's so many different ways that you can actually win with this Lost Mine of Pan, whatever the fuck it is. So we can't do Tomb of Annihilation because then the Acererak doesn't return back to our hand. That's why we never do that. But Dungeon of the Mad Mage, we gain a life, scry, create a treasure token, scry 2, create 2 skeletons, scry 3, and then draw 3, cast 1 without paying its mana cost, but it doesn't really. Well, we get to draw 3, but we get to scry so much. Maybe we should be doing this later on in the game. So we still get to create a treasure, create 2 2/2s, or 2 1/1s. Exile top 2, may play them. And it's more than just this turn, it's just you get to play them. So that could be good early game too. Maybe I should just be using Dungeon of the Mad Mage instead. It's like always. That's interesting. What do you all think? Let me know in the comments section below. I mean, let's just keep winning, right? That's all we can do. That's all. I mean, that's all we can do, really. If that's all we can do, then that's all we can do, right? Cactus Man. All right. 96%. All right, we have a tryhard. We're going to run into a real deck this time, not a Prismari Giants. It seems that in the lower percentage brackets, like the lower percent you go, the more jank you'll find. Like a lot more jank. Now we definitely Mindstone here. And then we'll probably main phase Omen if we don't draw a land, because we want to make sure that we hit our land drops, right? It was a great draw. Gross. All right, let's try to get a land. Easy. Perfect. The other thing we're looking for is just a board wipe, so... I could have kept that Fae of Wishes. There was definitely an argument to keep a Fae of Wishes. And then get a Bojuka Bog and exile their graveyard, because... Or like wait to exile their graveyard. That's definitely something we can do, but... Well, we can also just try to dig for our combo. Well... More ramp, I suppose. Do get to kill the dragon. We're taking a little bit of damage, especially if they hit another land. Then they do like 4 more spells, like shock and shit. Could be very, very, very bad for us. So now if they have a bolt, we're taking 8 damage, and then we go down to 8. Then they can't counterspell the Extinction Event, which is good. We won't have enough mana to Extinction Event, Mindstone, and Acererak. But I could just Acererak and Extinction Event. That is something we can do. Is there even? Jesus fuck. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. That was like close to worst case scenario. Even. Let's gain a life. Let's gain 1 life here. I mean, that was 2 Phoenixes in the top 20. We only have 1 piece of our combo. Technically, we have 2 if we go get if we get one with Fae of Wishes. The problem with getting one with Fae of Wishes is that I don't know what other piece of the combo we're going to be missing. And we're obviously dead next turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Okay. Well, so yeah, 1, 2, 3. I have 3 more mana. Unfortunately, I have to do that. And let's just hope that we can get an Omniscience off the top. It would be a bit ridiculous. I think we have 3 in main. Oh, it's and in exile. Oh my god. It's and in exile. Oh, it didn't matter though. Right, they main deck Fry. It's and in exile. I forgot. I forgot that's the one that also looks at exile. Duh. Although I don't know what else I could have gotten. Tendrils would have gotten me 4 HP. No. Which I believe would have still been lethal. I guess they cast Fry, which gave them 7 power. I would have been up to 8. No. Because if I had Tendrils, that would have been 4 life that I gained. So they would have had to have 2 spells. One of them was Fry, which they would have had to kill their own creature. So that's out of the question. So they had like 5 other cards in their hand. I don't know what else they had, but it's definitely possible. So I could have played that better. Definitely. Could have definitely played that better. I don't know if it would have mattered technically, but I could have played it better. And that's the important part. Recognizing your mistakes, right? Ah, forgot to get water again. All right, I'm getting water. Getting water. Stub my toe on the fucking green screen thing. Hell. But why though? The karma. I don't know what it's karma for, but the karma. Easy fucking games. Easy fucking games. Every single time. Never didn't have it, right? Never didn't have it. I wonder if we played them before. It was like all Turris something something. Let me see. I'm looking for it right now. So these are the ones we've played today. No. Yeah, because it was this person right here. Actually get to like see all the stuff they've done. Oh no, that's just like looking at the cards that they played, and you can actually export their list. So like if I go to this Azorius control deck, I don't know if this will be in the video, it probably won't. If I go here and I click on it, it'll show what they were playing, what they played the whole time. That's kind of cool. It keeps track. I mean, obviously, it keeps track of it in the extension, but you can copy it to MTGA. $23 out of 60 cards. Yeah, and then you just fill it up. With what you think should be changed with it. Obviously, you'd have to add more lands because there's only 11 in there. But if you just do suggest lands at 24, they probably were on like 27, something like that. So there's about 21 cards that you'd have to fill in. I assume there'd be, you know, maybe 4 of those. I don't know. You would just, that's actually really cool though, because you get to see a lot of the stuff that they were playing. Interesting. Angel Dex. Give Angel Dex indestructible. It hurts real bad. Globe. Yeah, Coco Angels are difficult to get rid of if we don't get our Extinction Event. I'm debating going up to 3 of these. Just not sure. Just not sure. Okay, like. This is nice. Throw this down as blue. Then we can Wolfwillow Haven into a Coldsteel Heart. Then we're at 3 permanents. Okay. Top decking in Omniscience is ideal right here. If we top deck in Omniscience, we pretty much winish. So we get to Binding, and then the next turn, Flood of Tears. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Well, they're playing Ulamog, and we lose, I feel. Oh, no! Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I get 1 untapped land, I win. Okay. Like, unless they kill my Wolfwillow Haven with that. Ah! Let's get Emergent Ultimatum. Let's Emergent Ultimatum for 2, 2, 4. So let's get those. Ass Crack. A Flood of Tears. I think I need some card draw on the sideboard. But it doesn't matter, because we win. GG's! GG's! Yeah, 20. Oh yeah, the combo that never ends goes on and on, my friend. Wait, opponent, go back. I thought you wanted to Ulamog. You look like you wanted to Ulamog. You never know. I mean, green decks, the thing is, green decks have that that storm life gain thing that you gain 3 life for each one, which they would just automatically win from that, basically. I mean, I could have Tendrils, targeted them, and then if they did that storm thing, then I would have just had to farm Acererak for a long time. It would have taken so long, but I could have farmed Acererak for about that long. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Really waiting. All right, opponent, bring it. No, please don't be Grixis. Don't be Grixis. Just don't. Just don't. This is a great hand. Just don't make me discard my hand, please. Okay. Do that. And then we have an easy Omen. This is... Oh, interesting. Hi. Got 3 permanents. I want to do that now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's only 3. So yeah, let's go ahead and just do this. And okay. I don't necessarily like that. I'm still debating whether I want Dungeon of the Mad Mage or if I want Masked Line. Lost Mine. I think Lost Mine might be better at times. Dungeon of the Mad Mage seems good if we can cast it a few times. Which we can cast it twice now. Which will give us a scry and a treasure. Or I can do a scry and a you can attack. If I top deck a land, I can do a scry into a binding. The Fae of Wishes is nice. I kind of almost want to wait until I get a another piece of the combo. Whether it's the Omniscience or the Flood of Tears. One of those. Because then I know exactly what to get from my Fae of Wishes. Alright. This is nice. So we get to Acererak here. I wonder if they kill it. No. Scry. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then we're gonna make it so that thing can't attack. Next turn. The Teferi's, okay, but now we know they have Teferi's protection. But now we know. Now, how many do they have? Is the next question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I can Binding into a Fae of Wishes and see what happens from that. They do have another. Okay. Okay. Well, this hurts, obviously. But regardless, I get to Flood of Tears. Unless they hand hate somehow. Well, that was unfortunate. Were they our revelation? Okay. Well, that sucked. I'm so far behind now. Can't tell if that's a... I don't know what that is. Let's see what they are. I know one of them's a land. Both of them are lands. Let's do black. Let's do that. That was actually fantastic. Fantastic. 3, 4, 6. I'll take one. See, I mean, at this point, I just kind of want to guarantee my land drops. That's fine. Finish the dungeon, which is draw 3 cards, deal one of them, play it without paying their mana cost. It would have been sweet if it was like the Omniscience. But, you know, can't have everything. So now we just discard a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Feel like we do? Because we have to. What does this card do? It's foretold, just create that many instead. Yeah, so they can make like a bunch of tokens. All right, well. Let's see, we have that, and we have in here. Two browser. Okay. I can only imagine that they have another board wipe. It only makes sense, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. If they don't board wipe, we get it next turn. If they do, it's fine. Hi. Alright, so now we just make treasures so we can Fae of Wishes. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, unless they have any type of actual interaction outside of that land, we are in the win column. Alright. Let's just throw that back on Buttplug Island, shall we? And let's do another one. And I don't know how many... I don't know how many spells this is. It really doesn't matter.
We don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
They could have Teferi's protection, obviously. It's stuck if they have another one. See if they have it. It would be a third one. It would be a third one. Their top 17. Doesn't look like they have it. Okay, cool. We're good. They didn't have it. It's all that matters. Alright? It's all that matters. The deck wins for whatever fucking reason. I mean, it's great that it wins. It's just weird that it wins as easily and reliably as it does. New to me. I don't understand. At the end of the day, the deck ended up going at 17-8, which is pretty good. Ended up at a 68% win rate. I know, I'm sorry, not quite there, but still a very, very good deck. As far as the bad matchups go, it was really just control decks, anything that had a lot of counter spells. Usually we're able to grind out multiple decks. However, if someone was just very intellectually able to counter the proper spells, like the exact spells that we needed to complete our combo and things of that nature, then it was just impossible for us to win the game. We have a lot of ways to deal with control decks, but if they're countering only the spells that they need to, then pretty much they just win, which is kind of unfortunate because the only games we lost, they were countering the exact spells. So it's odd. I feel like maybe they saw this deck before. I'm not exactly sure. But regardless, it was a very, very good deck. It's extremely consistent. We took this, it wasn't ridiculous. It started at like 86%, and I believe it, went up all the way to 90%. So it wasn't like absolutely ridiculously crazy good, but 17 and 8, it's definitely a good deck. And I just had a blast playing it. Anything that's like a wonky infinite combo, I mean, it always gets my vote. It always gets my vote as something that's enjoyable. Like I said, I mean, we go on crazy win streaks, and then it'll just have like a couple losses here and there, and then you run into the control decks, but after that, I mean, we just destroy everything else. So those are the only weaknesses. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to this point, it means you either really enjoyed the video or you fell asleep and I'm waking you up now. Either way, thank you for all the support. I really do appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, come out with videos 7 days a week.